So let's talk about an important offseason coming up for the WNBA players in the league itself because the collective bargaining agreement is going to end at the end of 2025. And last week's reports were not encouraging for the players and the league because the first offer was made by the league and the players like, no, we don't like it. It's a slap in the face, according to South2. We saw Brianna Stewart come out and say something about it. But here's my first initial thoughts about this entire situation. The players aren't going to have a lot of leverage coming up. The reason why is because the league itself has lost an average of $10 million per year. So whatever demands are looking to make, they might get a few things. However, I don't think they're going to get a lot from the league itself. And if they try to go on strike, well, you can do that all day long and play overseas, but I think that hurts your brand because you have a Caitlin Clark who has brought a lot of eyeballs to the league. You have your Paige Beckers, who has looked really good this year for the Dallas Wings. And then you have Juju Watkins coming to the league soon. And you've got players like Nafisa Collier, who I enjoyed watching. But I still think this league has room to grow and get better. Remember, this is not a sprint, but a marathon. You can't just get there overnight. And you got to take your time with earning trust and getting the fans on your side. Again, the main team that's generating a lot of views right now is the Indiana Fever. Will that change over time? Yes, I believe as fans are watching, getting acclimated to players, I think the league will grow organically. Another thing I noticed about the league right now is they're adding 3 new expansion teams. In my personal opinion, I think they should slow this down and just do one team at a time. And the reason why I bring that up is because what if a few of those teams they're adding to the WNBA, they don't generate any attendance, like enough to keep them stable. Merchandise sales are not that great, and fans aren't showing up to games. Well, now you have a problem on your hands because you got to obviously keep up the facility, the cost of the stadiums, the cost of those players, and so forth. I don't think the WNBA is doing the right thing here, in my opinion. I think they should focus on one expansive team at a time. I understand you want to grow the league. That's perfectly understandable. But if you can't maintain it, because remember, the owners of the NBA are taking care of this league, and if they don't see a profit because the spending is going to go up, then you might have a problem on your hands where you got to get rid of a few franchises and now you're stuck to maybe 16 or 15 teams again. So it's discouraging. So I'm just curious to see how this all plays out. I don't think the players have a ton of leverage. If I were them, I'm going to negotiations. The first thing I'm focused on, Candace Parker made a good call out on ESPN First Take, is add more players to the roster. Get up to 15 players per roster because that, reduce the injuries. You can, bring new faces, and obviously more players can get in the WNBA. And I think that could be a good thing for the league. So they should add more roster spots to every roster out there. A source close to negotiations told Front Office Sports that the WNBA sent the proposal to the union last week, and that is the first proposal the league has sent. Obviously, this means there's going to be more proposals sent out. But how far is the league going to go? And how much are the players willing to let this ride out? And will they go for a strike? I doubt it, and I don't think that's going to be a great idea, especially when you have these rookies for the Dallas Wings. They've been looking really good. We see the emergence of Caitlin Clark. There's all these new players coming to the WNBA and bringing a lot of attention, a lot of talented players, and they're coming to take the league by storm. So if you slow down that momentum, now fans walk away. So I don't think it's not a good idea to have these massive demands and say, oh, we want a higher pay. And I understand. I get it. You should get paid more than like 70. I think I saw like Caitlin Clark makes like 70 to 75,000 a year. I get that. But be realistic with your expectations because, again, this league has not made any money yet. It's lost an average of $10 million a year. So until they can turn that into a profit, then you don't have a ton of leverage here. And then you see here, Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson read a prepared statement to the media. It says, the league grows. It's time for the CBA that reflects our true value. We are fighting for a fair share of business that we built. And I get that. But here's the situation when it comes to the WNBA. They have a $2.2 billion media rights deal. So they have to continue to obviously put the right games in front of fans' faces. So when you're on ESPN, you're probably going to see a lot of Fever games. You see the Liberty, the Aces because of Asia Wilson. Hopefully the Minnesota Leagues continue to get attention. And maybe a team like the Dallas Wings or Paige Beckers. And wherever Juju Watkins lands, they should also showcase her as well. These 11 years are very important for the league to draw attention, make sure the fans are watching and tuning in. I don't know how this is going to help the players. They need to be patient is what I think they should do. About 80% of the league's players are free agents next year, anticipates an exponential increase in their salaries. And I get it. However, the addition of more teams, a 50% increase from 2024 to 2030, also dilutes the revenue pot. Roster expansion have the same effect. So you can want to increase in pay, But look at the other factors that are happening right now. More teams are being added, which means the WNBA has to take care of those teams. And on top of that, you also have to consider more roster spots. And that's a good thing because you have more teams, you have more competition, you can expand the playoffs, you can expand the games you play. But if the player's like, oh, give me more money right now, that hurts other factors. Now, again, as I said earlier, I think they should focus on one expansion team at a time just to see how things go. And as you see here, they've lost money since it's been founded. And Caitlin Clark has given her opinion. I think Caitlin Clark should be at this meeting because she has a ton of influence. We all know that. She's the main reason why people watch the WNBA. But, she spoke about it. We get more for the Commissioner's Cup than you do if you're a WNBA champion. And I agree with that. They should get more money for win the championship over the Commissioner's Cup. Makes no sense. Someone tell Kathy Engelbert to help us out. As you see here, players and team, they take home around $30,000 each, which is nice. And the championship, they take around $11,000, or I should say they take $11,356. So yeah, I understand that frustration. But if I'm the players right now, and I want to pull up who's going to be at the meeting, give me just a moment, grab this for you guys. As you can see, these will be the players who are going to be in those meetings. And in my opinion, I think they should have Caitlin Clark there. They should have Paige Beckers. I know they have to play a little while to get these titles, but these are your young players. And I don't want to leave Angel Reese off that list. I know she gets a lot of backlash for some of the statements he makes, but she's also a young player as well. So if I'm the committee, I would have them on board because they're helping bring new faces. Of course, we know that Caitlin Clark is doing a lot of that work. However, we can't just ignore them as well. So if they want to go in with this group, fine, but I don't think they should be expecting a lot because you look at the other factors that are going on with the media deal. You also have to look at the expansion of teams and roster spots. I think the league is going to go, okay, yeah, you have demands, but we're not going to meet all of them. And it's up to the players whether they should take what the WNBA offers or go on strike. I don't think it's a good idea to go on strike because if you do that, you're going to kill your momentum for the past 2 seasons, and that's not going to help the league at all. You just got to bite the bullet and continue to grow this league organically. And at the next negotiation, if things have really taken another step, the players are getting more attention, and it's not just a fever selling out stadiums. I think the Vegas Aces sometimes sells out as well. Then you got something to work with. Until then, the leverage is not going to be there, unfortunately. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the players rejecting the offer from the WNBA. Do you think they're going to go on strike or just bite the bullet? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.